Let's move it along and talk about a clash that's going to be happening for the 116th time. Yes, we are talking about the biggest derby in Ghana. Now, this particular derby transcended the shores of Ghana and became a continental clash early in the 2000s. However, both teams have flattered to deceive in a couple of years coming into this one. Currently, the teams are looking as if one of them might win it, the other might not win it. Last season, one of these teams was actually battling relegation. Now they stay in the league and being set as they currently sit, their coach says he's happy. However, the opposing team have managed to get rid of the coach and bring in a new interim team led by Karim Zito. I'm talking about the Super 2 clash between Accra Hearts of Folk and Kumasi Asante Kotoko happening at the nation's Wembley, which has so far seen some new changes, including some, sanitation issues being put in check. We'll bring you a documentary on that much later. Watch this particular space. However, on Sunday, 3 p.m., it's Hearts of Folk versus Kotoko. And listen, all my media friends out there, your accreditations are ready at the Hearts Office, so you need to go pick it up. But how is this game going to turn? One of the best defenses in the league against one of the most potent attacks till recently in the league. They've got a leaky defense, but Hearts look like they don't know how to score. Let me start with my guys in studio. Aaron. Hearts Kotoko is always a big game.
Always.
Now we've got Zito coming in for Kotoko. He's played one game, he's won it. Prior to Zito coming through, Ogum was in charge. He lost 2 games without scoring. He conceded 5 then. How do you see this game going? Is it that it came too early for Coach Karim Zito, or he's poised for this because he's already said this is going to be a difficult match?
I'll say both teams for the past few years, maybe dating back to 2, 3, 4 years, they have not actually given us, the House of Folk and Kotoko, the debut that we have witnessed in the early 2000s. I think the quality has dropped for some time. But, derby is always a derby. And such match with that magnitude, we play to win.
Yeah.
Usually, House versus Kotoko, it doesn't, when we are talking about form, it's not about form. Yeah, such match is not about form. It's about on the pitch, which team is taking their chances. That's all about. So I would say, Karim Zito, fortunately for me, he won his first match, which of course is very important for me, at least to get the guys going. Mentally, psychologically, getting them prepared. And I think it's really going to be very difficult. In fact, for the past, I think 5, 6 matches, Kotoko has actually be on top of their game.
Yeah.
As far as House of Folk is concerned, when both teams are meeting.
Yeah,
so I don't think it's about form. It's about on the day which team is taking their chances. And I'll personally say, for now, though Kotoko have had their own issues here and there, I believe they are slightly above House of Folk to win this game. Yeah.
Wonderful. They're slightly above House of Folk to win this game. Let me get you to some interesting statistics. So, Coach Ouattara has not beaten Kotoko. Yes, since he joined the club. He has yet to beat Kotoko. He's winless in 2 games. And also Karim Zito, he'll be facing Abubakar Ouattara as Asante Kotoko coach for the first time. However, he has played against House of Folk twice this season, winning one and drawing the other. Let me give you the tail of the tape. So they've played a couple of games. Yeah, you can't miss it. Now, Kotoko lie 4th going into the weekend with 50 points, just 5 points ahead of Accra Hearts of Folk, who lie 6th with 45 points. In 29 games so far, there's some interesting statistics there. That when you draw it from this particular angle, you see that Hearts has still won less. Kotoko has won 2 more. So there are draws that are very, very interesting. And losses, certainly. Has lost some more games as well. So in 29 games in the league this season, has won 12, Kotoko has won 14, and that is what it is. But my interest lies in the goals scored and goals conceded this season. So Kotoko has scored 29 goals, has scored 25 goals. Conceded, that's where the difference comes to bear. Has conceded only 17 goals and Kotoko has conceded 21 goals. That is huge. So those 21 goals, in the last 3 games, they conceded 5. In the last 3 games of that, they conceded 5. Now let's check out the goalkeepers that we think will be starting. So Benjamin Asare for Accra Hearts of Oak, he has already made his debut for the Black Stars, and he has he has been in the post for 23 games and kept 14 clean sheets.
Kauna.
They are calling him Kauna in the studio. I'll get to that. But Kamara has been in the post for 14 games. Reason being, Kotoko has been doing musical chairs with their goalkeeping position. But Kamara has had the nod the most of the time. And he has only kept 6 clean sheets. That's where the problem is. He has conceded 8 goals. But when they concede a lot. So, Benjamin Asare conceding 11 there. Man of the Match awards is 2-1 in favor of Kamara. So that's the tail of the tape. For the goalkeeping department, Jesse, let me come to you. You were just calling Benjamin Asare car owner. How pivotal is his inclusion in this Hearts of Oak team on Sunday possibly going to affect the entire tie for Hearts of Oak? Is it going to shift it in their favor to get 3 points and make it 48 where Kotoko still remain on 50? Or is it going to now become 53 points for Kotoko, or we are going to have the spoils being shared?
And before I talk about how pivotal Benjamin Asare is going to be in this, I want to say that clashes like this or matches like this is what sustains a league or puts a spotlight on a league. You and I are not really focused on the league like the Argentina league. But then whenever there's a River Plate, Boca Juniors, wherever you are, people are going to rush and go into that league. Matches like Real Madrid, Barcelona has sustained the La Liga. Fenerbahce, Galatasaray has sustained leagues. 10 years back, when we have a match like Hearts of Oak, Asante Kotoko, wherever people are, if the match is being played in Asante Kotoko, wherever people find themselves in Accra, Cape Coast, in the northern region, they want to find themselves there. I saw a photograph of people doing so much to the extent of climbing poles to be able to have visual access of the games on the pitch, to catch a little glimpse of the game. But where is our game now? We have failed to ensure that intensity, that level of quality between these two teams are there. And this is the kind of quality that sustains a league. This is the kind of rivalry that is able to sustain a league and ensure that the focus is there. So first of all, I want to urge both parties to do so much work. When Asante Kotoko, Hearts of Oak are in fine form, are in fine groove, people still continue to watch the league. It brings so much focus to the league. I'm not saying that other teams should not be looked at, but I'm saying that these are the teams that have that pull to give us that attention, to allow people to get introspectively in our league. So I believe that there's a lot of work to be done in subsequent years about our league, especially relative to Asante Kotoko and Accra Hearts of Oak. Benjamin Asare
Quickly
has been that man for Hearts of Oak this season, and it reflected in his call-up in the Black Stars, no doubt about that. One of the best defensive sides in the league this season. You can't take that away from Benjamin Asare. And he has been that man for them. There are times that Hearts of Oak's defense have not been able to do them that good, but Benjamin Asare comes to the party for them. Once again, games like this are what characterizes a great player. Kotoko, great attacking-wise. Benjamin Asare, quality cannot be compromised. So this is the time that Benjamin Asare is going to come back to the party again. I have no doubt about it. Defensively, he's going to do the work for them.
Boys are rhyming, no. Boys are rhyming, no. But I have a little problem with this particular fixture. Why do I say that? So every year comes with a different branding. We hear Super 2, we hear GH Classical, we hear all sorts of names. Guess what the name that has been put on it this year is? Unmissable. Like, you see, I'm not the one going to start a branding lesson on air, but we need to have a concerted effort and understand that it needs to be something that we can relate to. When I go and tell someone, Charlie Omobo unmissable, unmissable. We'll get to talk about the branding matter much later because I'm really confused about unmissable.
Asante, can I chip this in quickly?
Quickly, so that I just
the prices, the price for ticketing, it's outrageous to me.
It's cash out season.
No, Asante, this is crop of players that not to disrespect them are not with that much quality. We are talking about a player like Hamza Issa who finds it very difficult to find the back of the net in recent games.
This season.
And then you want me to pay how much money to go and sit there to watch him? This is a match that people need to even be begged to go there. The least said, the better.